2015 marked one of the biggest droughts in California history. The Peninsula seniors get spiffed up for their annual fundraiser. The Peninsula Land Conservancy gets a big gift from Trump National. Peacocks take center stage once again in Rancho Palos Verdes. One Laker legend gives back to the community. The U.S. Navy comes to the Point Vicente Lighthouse, and everyone learned a little more about our parks in 2015. Hello, and thanks for watching Peninsula Beat. Today we bring you some of the biggest stories from 2015. One of our top stories in 2015 was California's historic drought. Statewide restrictions required Peninsula residents to reduce water use by 36%. Cal Water issued water budgets to its customers, while the West Basin Water District educated the community about recycling and conserving water. Liz Brown-Swanson visited the water basin during the drought and filed this report.
Thanks, Maria. Yes, I have my hard hat on, and we're ready to take a tour of the West Basin Municipal Water District's world-class recycling facility, and we're going to catch up with water experts as they help us navigate our way through the drought.
We are a wholesaler of water. We were established in 1947 to bring new water to our basin, and we joined Metropolitan Water Agency in 1948 to bring that water in. And we sell that water. We're a wholesaler, and we sell the water to the retailers.
West Basin is like a lot of Southern California water agencies. We are looking to create local drought-proof supplies. So since 1995, we've been doing conservation and recycling. We also do a little groundwater cleanup from water that got polluted by the ocean many decades ago, and we have been researching ocean water desal so that when the time is right for us to use that, we'll be ready. First of all, this is a one-of-a-kind in the entire world. No other public water agency makes 5 types of waters out of wastewater or sewer water.
Now, the water we're looking at, where's this water coming from?
It's coming from the Hyperion wastewater treatment plant. It's water that would normally be going to the ocean. So we have a pump station over there, and we literally pump it over here and then start purifying it, making it fit for purpose for use from everything to landscape irrigation to indirect drinking water.
How many gallons of water then do you pump out of here? And how many customers do you technically serve, or people?
40 million gallons a day. We have approximately 300 sites that use our water. We have about 150 miles of purple pipe to distribute that recycled water. This is really the time to put it up another notch for conservation. The state is talking about fines, and the way to avoid those fines is for everybody to pitch in and conserve a little bit more. Fix that leaky sprinkler, cover that swimming pool, maybe take a section of the lawn and convert it to California-friendly garden. We have classes on landscapes. We have classes on how to improve your energy in your house.
And again, tonight you're teaching Water 101. It's just one night of class?
Yes, it's about a 2-hour class, and then we culminate the class on a tour of the recycling facility. We teach people, show people how in 20 minutes we can take wastewater, i.e. sewer water, and make it better than bottled water. And that's an exciting thing to learn and see.
As we wrap up our tour here at West Basin, Ron sends all of the guests off with, yes, a fresh glass of recycled sewer water. So cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you for the tour.
Thank you.
Good to the last drop. And on that note, I'm going to let everybody know if you want to take a tour, check out the website at westbasin.org. Back to you, Maria, in the studio.
Every year, Peninsula Seniors holds their annual fashion show, which raises money for the organization. This year, we got a sneak peek of some of the fashions at Renco Boutique in Redondo Beach.
It's the only fundraiser Peninsula Seniors has for the entire year, so it's a very important event for us. About 120 people attended last year, and we're hoping it'll be even larger this year. It's a very fun event, and Renko is going to be loaning us her clothes for the fashion show. They're very beautiful. I know this because I saw them all last year. And there is going to be another vendor named Dina, who is also going to be showing her garments. And we are also going to have jewelry. I understand we're going to have new jewelry, but we're also going to have previously loved jewelry. One of the most fun portions of last year's sale was everybody donated some jewelry, lots of costume jewelry. There was some fine jewelry. They donated the jewelry, and it was all resold. The money's 100% profit for the Peninsula seniors, and you've never seen women have such a good time in your entire life.
Kind of like what good on person's feature, like if she is so good in neckline, I try to focus on. But the general speaking wise, I kind of like to create what I like, what I would be wearing, that kind of thing.
Now your designs are going to be seen in the fashion show that's going to support the Peninsula seniors. How do you sort of decide what you're going to, the models will wear?
What looks good on certain customers, and that's how I kind of see it. And like these two tops we just got, those are by Zandra Rose. Zandra Rose designs are different, unique, so it's not for everybody. And but color is so beautiful, prints are so different, so that's why I choose. Hopefully somebody can wear and buy it. But so Zandra's case is, I just fell in love with her color, and her blue is so blue, pink is so pink, and prints are so different. That's how I choose her designs.
Now, will you be modeling in the fashion show?
No, I will be showing, helping models in the back. Yeah.
Is it fun to dress models, especially when it's your thing?
Oh, I do enjoy because particularly models who can show my garments well, I really like that. So I really like models to show off well with my garments.
These are beautiful clothes. They're not clothes that you're going to see everywhere. They're special, they're unique. And all the ladies were very, very receptive, and that's why Renko's coming back again this year.
In addition to the fashion show, there will also be a silent auction. Tell us about that.
There's going to be a silent auction, and there's also going to be raffle prizes available. I know thus far that there has been a condo in Palm Springs donated for a 1-week stay. There's also going to be a really unique item. There is going to be a trip with a fireman on the fireboat, and the fireman will also make you dinner. So that's also highly anticipated every year by some of the ladies. And
I wonder why.
I wonder why too. I can't fathom why that would be. But anyway, so those are a couple of the higher ticket items that we have at the moment. And of course, we're looking for more. We are on the hunt for any type of vacation or jewelry items, handbags, whatever is beautiful, fun, exciting. Those are the kind of items that everybody's interested in.
2015 kicked off with a big announcement at Trump National Golf Course. Liz Brown Swanson covered the story. Here's more.
Hi, Maria. I'm at the driving range at Trump National, where there's been a very exciting announcement made, yes, by Mr. Trump. He came here, held a press conference to let everyone know that this driving range will no longer be developed in the future. And in fact, he has given the Palos Verdes Peninsula Land Conservancy a conservation easement, which means that this land will remain as protected open space.
I just felt that I wanted to give something back to the community. We've had a great relationship over the years, and the course is the #1 rated course in California. It's been so successful, and I wanted to give back. Everybody wanted it. They really wanted me to do something special. So this was a $25 million gift that I think is going to be appreciated by everybody.
It's an 11.5-acre easement of what is currently the driving range at Trump National Golf Course, Los Angeles here. And what this easement does is preserve in perpetuity this land as open space land, which has scenic values, as well as the recreational benefits that are provided through the current driving range. Quite a generous gift. He did have the approvals for 16 homes that could have been built on this land, and he's given those up through this donation of this conservation easement. So it's very generous, and we very much appreciate it, and we think it does add to the quality of life here on the peninsula.
Well, I think what Mr. Trump did today was very significant because he took an area that has always, for a long time, this area has been contentious in terms of wanting to maintain the open space. And we have this beautiful golf course, and we have a finite number of homes. But what he did was he removed the possibility for another neighborhood, actually a neighborhood, to be in those 11 acres. So, and he donated to the Land Conservancy in perpetuity. And while that may be the driving range today, we never know what that may be tomorrow. But one thing we know is that it will be open space, and it will be open for the public.
This is so wonderful. Donald Trump is really a fabulous donor to us, to the city, but not just to Rancho Palos Verdes. You know that this affects people throughout the area. And when I spoke to Mr. Trump, I said, I travel extensively, and the people that I've met throughout the world, I bring them here when they come to visit me. And it's an absolute showplace. And for the Conservancy to be able to obtain 11 plus acres, and this is in perpetuity, marvelous. I am so thrilled. I'm thrilled for the Conservancy, for Trump, for the whole organization. We are very blessed to have this. So.
No doubt community leaders, residents, golfers, and of course the Land Conservancy are all excited and applauding Mr. Trump's decision to take this driving range out of play for future development and leave it as open space for generations to come. Back to you, Maria, in the studio.
The growing peacock population in Rancho Palos Verdes ruffled some feathers in 2015. In order to control the birds, the RPV City Council implemented a peafowl management plan. Here's more from Liz Brown-Swanson.
Whether you love peacocks or think they're a nuisance, the peafowl population in RPV is growing, and the City Council has decided it's time again to thin the flock.
The peafowl trapping program is not new to the city of Rancho Palos Verdes. In fact, the city has been trapping peafowl since 2000. And over the course of the last 15 years, we've seen that population increase and decrease. And in 2014, the city started to receive numerous complaints from residents about concerns regarding the peafowl population.
The City Council approved a $34,000 contract to hire an expert trapper to safely relocate as many as 150 birds a year in a humane way.
Well, that really is the most important thing, is to make sure that the birds are trapped and relocated in a safe, humane way. So what we like to do is we use big traps, a lot of room in there. They have a soft roof, and then we'll go in there with nets, catch them in a net, hold them, put them in a kennel, like a dog kennel, and transfer them to their new homes. I've worked at the Los Angeles Zoo for the last 27 years, and mainly with birds. And back in 1999, the city of La Cañada, Flint Ridge, asked me to do a peafowl census. They decided they wanted to trap and relocate birds. The rest has been history. The last 16 years, that's what I've been doing.
There are 5 targeted neighborhoods. There's the Grandview neighborhood, the Vista Grande neighborhood, there's the Crestridge neighborhood where we're at now, and there's the Portuguese Bend and the Sunnyside Ridge neighborhood, which is on the east end of the city. The city works closely with Mike Maxey on where the birds go for confidential purposes, that we don't identify the actual property owner's name or address.
The city has provided us with a list of residents that are willing to have these traps put in their backyard. So we'll put a trap in a backyard for 2 to 3 weeks. We'll get as many birds as we can, and then we'll go to the next person on the list.
There was only one bird trapped at this home today, and the resident is thankful for any relief. She said off camera she likes peacocks, but not a dozen of them in her yard.
It really is a difficult situation if you live with peafowl. There are so many issues, problems that they can present. One is the noise, and that's probably 4 to 5 months out of the year is their breeding season, and the males will call not only all day long but into the night.
Not an expert on the history, I know the bird is not indigenous to the Palos Verdes Peninsula area. I mean, in fact, the bird's widely known in the southeast part of the world. I know Frank Vanderlip at the time in the early 1900s had a friend bring over, I think it's something like 16 birds, and so I think that's the first documentation of the beginning of the bird population.
Peafowl are very polarizing to the community. It seems like people either love them or hate them. There's not too many people in the middle. The important thing is you don't have to feed them. You don't have to give them water. They're fine. They'll take care of themselves. By doing that, you're going to artificially inflate the population. So if you enjoy the peafowl, just let them be. They'll find their own food, and hopefully we can get those numbers down to make it a little more respectable.
The city's peafowl relocation program is running through the end of December. If you're interested in getting a trap put in your yard, you can email ram@rpvca.gov. I'm Liz Brown Swanson reporting for RPVtv.
The 2015-2016 season will be the last for NBA Laker legend Kobe Bryant. Kobe is the only player in NBA history to play 20 years in the same jersey. And in addition to many of his accomplishments, he has made it a big part of his career to give back to the community. I had a chance to catch up with Kobe at the Terranea Resort, where he was being honored at a fundraiser for the Toberman House.
Toberman is a safe haven for many children that are on gang-ridden streets and crime-ridden and come from a lot of poverty. So we have many programs that we offer that our main goal is to break the cycle of poverty and gangs. And so it's always wonderful to have hope and to have someone to look up to. And when someone like Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant will come and show how much they care, it gives everybody hope, confidence in the future, hope in the future for all these young lives. Stu has been our MC for 9 years, and he's so wonderful. And tonight, Jeannie Buss, the president of the Lakers, is presenting the Bill Sharman Humanitarian Award to Kobe and Vanessa. And we have a number of players attending, and it's just going to be a great night.
We're here with Stu Lance. We're giving him a little break from the Lakers tonight because you are here to MC a very special event for the Toberman House, and I know you've been doing this for a very long time. It's so wonderful to see people giving back as you do.
Well, I mean, it's easy to give back, especially to an organization like Toberman. I mean, what they do and all the programs that they run for the youth and for families, it just makes giving back so easy.
You know, the NBA as a whole, and I think all professional athletes, people don't really think about it, but giving back is such a huge part of what you do.
Well, you have to, because, we are so fortunate in the fact that we're doing something for a living that is really fun. So we have all these fans that pay to see what's going on. Okay, if they're doing that, then we need to do something to give back to those fans. And the fans are people like the people at Toberman, etc. So we have to make sure we do our part, and we do it in a big way.
Of course, last year you had Kareem, and this year it will be Kobe and Vanessa. And I'm sure people will be very excited to see Kobe tonight as well.
Yes, I think he's kind of interesting. So they're going to really be excited to see Kobe and Vanessa. That's a very dynamic couple.
And they do a lot for the community, and I think people tend to kind of forget about things like that because we'd rather hear all the drama of what goes on, but they really spend a lot of time helping others out.
And the fact that, because cameras aren't always following them around to do the good that they do, sometimes it goes unspoken. So, yeah, it's very nice to recognize people that are giving back, but not being recognized for it in a public way all the time. So, it's going to be fun tonight.
Listen, I mean, it's always weird to be honored for things like this, right? Because it's something that we should just be doing anyway, right? But nonetheless, I think it's always great to give back, to try to provide opportunities for others, to try to inspire others so that they can be the best version of themselves.
I know this is your big fundraiser that you always do every year, and how can people donate and get in touch with Toberman?
Toberman.org is our website, and right there will be instructions of what to do.
Every second Saturday of the month, the Point Vicente Lighthouse opens its doors to free tours. During these open houses, the facility is guarded and hosted by one of the most respected youth programs in the area, the United States Navy Sea Cadets. Here's more from Mark J. Dottie.
Today we're at the Point Vicente Lighthouse, which is just down the road from our building, and where we look out on our window every second Saturday of the month where the U.S. Navy Sea Cadet Corps trains. And today we're going to find out what they're all about.
This program was started in 1958. In 1962 it was chartered by Congress, and there are two groups. We have the younger group, which is a Navy League, 11 to 13, and the older group are the 14 to 17.
And what did they learn going through this program?
Here at Haven Division, we drill in 3 different locations. We're mainly out of the Coast Guard Station in San Pedro. The second weekend, we're here at the Lighthouse here at Palos Verdes. And we trained aboard the SS Lane Victory in San Pedro. They learn about discipline, military drills, protocol, time management, anything that they need to be good, responsible adults or to help them out in their future careers. Although we are not a recruiting program, but we do give cadets mentorship. Should they decide to join the military at a later time, we provide that training for them. But we would like for them to either join the military or go to college as some of the options after high school. But again, we provide whatever they need so that they can make the right choices at a later age.
I've noticed you kind of watching the cadets do what they do. Why is that?
Well, I support the program. My little brother came through this program before. He went into the Navy Reserve, and my mother, Instructor Windsor, she works with the kids, so I do what I can on my spare time to come help these guys out. I was active duty for about 7 years. I came in 2008 right after high school.
And now you're still involved?
Right. I got out and I joined the Army Reserve, so now I'm a nurse at the Reserve Center in Bell. These guys, they get experience and, with customs and courtesies through the military and through the Navy. So they would come in at a higher rank if they wanted to go active duty. Instead of coming in as the bottom of the totem pole as an E1, they can come in as an E2 or an E3.
What does the E2 status mean?
E2 means that you're freshly new, you're off boot camp, but you still have a lot to learn.
And Robert, what do you think? You've been in this program for how long, and what kind of growth have you seen with yourself?
I've been in for about a year, and I've seen a lot of growth in myself and just doing what I'm supposed to do, more organized, and generally just able to do a lot more.
Well, I'm one of the instructors here, and what I've noticed is I've seen so much growth in a year. I was in the Navy myself, and I've seen so many of these kids go from kids to young adults. They're learning leadership. They train hard, they study hard, it helps them with their homework.
The big thing that we always really learn is marching. That's what top priority, marching. We learn all the basic steps, all the movements. Next would be the rifle team. They're holding some rifles over there.
Before you were involved in this program, how was your maturity and your behavior before the program?
I was kind of disrespectful, not obeying my parents. Well, now I've been respectful. I have followed my parents. I've been more studying in my stuff. I'm more educated.
What do you most enjoy about this program?
I mostly enjoy is the flagship, which is every year, well, since the Navy Leaguers, we face these other divisions. We go to Camp Pendleton, which is Marine Corps base. We do like the knot tying, semaphore, flags, many other stuff. We compete and then we also march there. We do the rifles, spin them, do line heaving.
Here at the Lighthouse, mainly we are the security and the roving patrol for the Lighthouse. We welcome the guests right at the front door, and we just provide security. Any help that the public may need, we give them guidance. Right now, the Lighthouse is in fact closed due to construction, but anytime during the year, the Lighthouse will be open. So people actually go up to the top of the Lighthouse to take a view, look at the view. They go into the museum behind us, and on occasion over at the helicopter pad, we do have the helicopter that comes in. But again, we just mainly on here we provide security and for the security of the Lighthouse.
This year, RPVtv ran a series called Park to Park, where our travel guru John Clayton visited all of our beautiful parks here in Rancho Palos Verdes. Here's John Clayton with the story on one of his favorite parks, Bryant Park.
One of the many joys of living in this wonderful place called Rancho Palos Verdes is the number of parks that we have. We have big parks, little parks, and some parks in between. And today, we're in a really, really big park. And we're talking with Nancy Silva, Recreation Park Supervisor. So Nancy, tell us a little bit about this park.
So Ryan Park actually was a LA County park. It was built in 1969, and the city was not even incorporated then. And then around about 1995, the park was dedicated and named after a former mayor, councilman, Robert Ryan. So we have a baseball diamond, and look at the view from that baseball diamond. Pretty spectacular. We don't have any official soccer field, but we do have a big grass area. We do have some kids' sports that do make use of that area too, which is great.
I think one of the things about these parks is parking, and I know that there used to be, and I guess there still is, a handicap parking area here.
Yes, there is handicap parking, and recently the city did a really nice renovation, really, of an improvement project. They have connected now the upper parking lot to that lower handicap area, and so if you're handicapped, you can just drive in right at the top, come on down to the bottom and find parking there, and then you can kind of shoot out the bottom back onto Hawthorne.
I think one of the, again, many wonderful things about this park is, as our viewers can see, we're sitting, I don't know whether this is a boat or a ship or just a huge playground area, but there's a lot of really neat things for kids to climb on, go through, and all that other good stuff.
We've actually got 2 ships, so it's a great place if you want to have a kids like pirate party or something like that. Bring them on down.
I see this is such a big place, and I guess this is also a wonderful place for picnics and all on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes, this park is heavily used for outside picnic groups, local families, what have you. The place has been here since 1969, and you can see a lot of very nice mature trees, and the picnic area is kind of tucked in over there. So it's a wonderful place, and of course the view is spectacular.
When we arrived here, we saw some kids playing. They were trying to shoot hoops, practicing for the Lakers, I guess, so kids can come down here and do that.
Yes, this is the only basketball court really on this side of the hill in the city of Rancho Palos Verdes.
Well, as I just said, this is a wonderful, fabulous place, and if you come down here yourself, you'll see it for yourself. Come on down and enjoy Ryan Park.
And that will do it for us. Thanks for watching this special episode from 2015. We hope you make 2016 a great year.